a living legend in Mexico as well as the world. Undefeated in his first 90 pro bouts, utilizing one of the deadliest left body hooks in the business. A 3-weight division title holder, as well as the holder of the lineal championship in 2 of those divisions. Called the Lion of Culiacan, Julio Cesar Chavez is one of the greatest boxers of our time and considered the pound-for-pound greatest from 1990 to 93 by Ring Magazine. 1987 and 1990 both saw him named Boxer of the Year by the Boxing Association and Ring Magazine. He accumulated a staggering record of 107 wins, 6 losses with only 2 draws, with 86 by KO. He holds records for most total successful defenses of world titles at 27, most title fight victories and fighters beaten for titles, 31 each, most title fights at 37, and the second most title defenses won by KO, 21, only being led by Joe Louis, who had 23. He went 89-0-1 before his first loss, inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2011. In 1993, his win over Greg Hagan at the Estadio Azteca set the record for attendance for an outdoor boxing match at 136,274. Considered one of the greatest punchers of all time, renowned for his swarming left hook, especially to the body, that was devastating, as well as a chin of pure granite. Beating Chavez by hitting him in the head was damn near a lost cause. Angelo Dundee said Chavez had one of the strongest chins in history. He made his professional debut at age 17. Living in extreme poverty as a child, this poverty forged Chavez's will, and he used his fists to lift his family out of sleeping in boxcars. Hunger can either be a killer or a great motivator, and in Chavez's case, it motivated a will stronger than steel to go from nothing to Mexico's favorite athlete. A literal unknown until he arrived with a 33-0 record with 32 KOs on the world stage. The Mexican juggernaut made a very imposing first impression, soon going for the title vacated by Hector Macho Camacho. His first championship was the vacant WBC Super Featherweight title on September 13, 1984, beating the favored Mario Martinez. He successfully defended his Super Featherweight title 9 times. In 1987, Chavez moved up to lightweight, beating Edwin Rosario in one of his finest fights to date in an 11-round TKO, with Chavez landing 450 of 743 punches, which is a 61% ratio. Sports Illustrated then ran the headline, "Time to Hail Caesar. WBA lightweight champions Cesar Chavez of Mexico may be the world's best fighter." After some defenses, Chavez vacated his WBA, WBC lightweight titles to move up to super lightweight. On March 17, 1990, Chavez faced Olympic gold medalist Meldrick Taylor, the undefeated welterweight champion, in a title unification fight. The fight started with both men throwing hands relentlessly. Taylor was much faster, but Chavez was landing weight, and weight can bring you down in time. Taylor carried the first 8 rounds with his speed, but Chavez kept going strong, taking the last 4 rounds, and in the 12th and final round, Chavez had to KO Taylor to win. And with mere seconds left, Chavez introduced Taylor to the mat. Taylor rises, but very groggy, and with 2 seconds left, the ref calls it, and the crowd goes ecstatic. A come from behind last-minute win with 2 seconds left elevated Chavez even higher than ever, especially in Mexico. After a few fights, it was the expected super fight. Mexican champ and hero Julio Cesar Chavez versus the Guatemalan hero and champ, the outspoken and very flamboyant Hector Macho Camacho. Chavez considered it one of his most important fights to date, an emphasis on the rivalry between Mexican and Guatemalan fighters. Chavez owned Camacho in this fight, Macho having no answer for Chavez's relentless pursuit and constant barrage of punches. Macho Camacho did go to the distance, but it was a one-sided affair, going Chavez's way. Yet another victory. Later down the road, after a few more wins, Greg Hagen decided to poke the bear, so to speak, saying Chavez had fought 130 Tijuanan cab drivers, saying that there was not 130,000 Mexicans who could afford to see the fight. Now, Chavez took this personally, and he threw his punches in this fight with extreme bad intentions. Hammering Hagen till the fight was called, Chavez has stated he was going to hurt him. He did not like Hagen's look or the vomit that left his mouth, and he was going to shut him up. And shut him up he did, except for Hagen did say after the fight's end, there must have been some very tough cab drivers. Next up was his super fight with the other pound-for-pound nominee, Pernell Whitaker. Punches and bunches was what this fight was made of, an action-packed affair, but it went to a draw that to this day is highly contested. The next fight sees Chavez down for the first time in his career. Frankie Randall beat Julio Cesar Chavez, his first defeat ever. Then the media pounced on Chavez, questioning his legacy and his record. But Chavez had a rematch, and it was a headbutt that gave Chavez the victory after 4 rounds. Chavez faced Meldrick Taylor in a rematch. Taylor using bad tactics to try and win. Low blow after low blow. Chavez was getting angered, and Chavez punished Taylor for his pugilistic sins. A massive jaw-breaking left hook in the ninth put Taylor down for good. 14 years Chavez had been on top, with one slight stumble that had been rectified. De La Hoya was the next to face Chavez, winning against Chavez in the 4th round due to a cut that opened up in the 1st round over Chavez's eye. Soon Chavez retired with an amazing record of 107 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws. 6-time world champion in 3 weight divisions, 2 of those lineal championships. The Lion of Culiacan, Julio Cesar Chavez, Mexico's hero and favorite son. And this is Big Duke 6 and my golden age of boxing.